Hey, what's going on? We are live again with another episode of Triggered with instructor Mike and friends. First up, Chicago police officer gets shot pursuing after a vehicle and then suddenly a subject. What happened in that situation? We will talk about it. Then we will focus on California's concealed carry law, right? Or New York concealed carry law, Maryland's concealed carry. New York has had their handgun bill overturned by the Supreme Court of the United States. If you joined us with our special guest, the United States Supreme Court, and their oral arguments, you already had a chance to look at or hear some of the oral arguments that form the very basis of their decision. What is next for California? Did they just commit a no-no? We will talk about that and more topics on Triggered with instructor Mike and friends.
What's going on there? This is Chicago Resistance Service Survival. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Friends here. Y'all, this is Triggered.
Because you have to understand that self-defense is a serious business. We do carry forces, defense forces, make a difference.
One of the tactics that would increase or decrease
In the two-way community.
All right, y'all introduce this thing.
Let's go. Give them 100.
Johnny
You already know what it is. We do this
I saw that, and I've done my share. I'm about to put yours up here too. Look at this. My comment is,
I want.
hey, you'll be back. Hey,
But no, so Marquise Moreno, PC.
What's going on? If you are liking this on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. If you're watching it on YouTube and you're watching it anyplace else, go on ahead and make sure you share this, tag somebody in the conversation. We're going to go on ahead and get started. And when the friends come in, they come in. Look, it is nice outside, okay? I might have to shoot this in the future on a remote location, but it is nice. I just want to go ahead and recognize you. What's going on, Cody? What's going on, Reggie? What's going on, Michael Monroe on YouTube? Calvin Carbine, always in the house with Primary Weapon Systems. John from New York, what's going on? What's going on? Charlie Boy, what's up? I read your comments from the last live. Crazy. All right, do me a favor, get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up. All right, let's go on ahead and start. I've been doing lives all day. Let's go on ahead and get started. Here we go. Oh, sorry. Here we go.
New video shows the moments a Chicago police officer was shot in Inglewood in the middle of the day. The Civilian Office of Police Accountability, or COPA, released new body camera and surveillance videos from June 5th. Police officers in an unmarked car tried to pull over a silver car at 69th and Sagron. Police say the driver, Jerome Halsey, stopped at a dead end, got out of the car, and started shooting, hitting Officer Eric Moreno in his arm and on his side. Officer shot back, hitting Halsey several times. Officer Moreno crouched on the ground, asking for help.
Take me to University of Chicago. I'm shot.
Officer Moreno there was released from a hospital 1 week later. Halsey was charged with attempted first-degree murder and other charges. COPA is still investigating.
All right, so what I wanted to do was not put it on mute, but I wanted to look at things from a trained police officer perspective. I think there is a saying that when you Monday night quarterback things, you said double audio. Is it still double audio right now? Hey, you all, Please let me know if it's still double audio. Is it double audio? I see the views are coming up. That's great. Is it double audio? No, it's not. Okay. All right. So yeah, it was when the video was playing. Okay. All right. So it is the case that you don't want to Monday night quarterback these situations without looking at it from the perspective of a trained police officer. And having performed and having taught these things, these are called felony stops. Now, there are some facts that we don't know about that, primarily because I didn't research that. I'm only going off of the tactics of what I saw here in this video. Here's a question that I have. Did this officer get himself shot? I hate to see it. And the thing is, I've got friends and people who I know that work on the Chicago Police Department, and I have to say that the job that they do is a very hard job indeed, especially dealing with a heavily politicized department, a heavily politicized community, depending upon where you police. It's hard for you to do your job in certain cases. And then on the other side of the argument, there is the other side of that argument where you actually want, constitutional policing, where you don't want officers unnecessarily overdoing their job and things of that nature. So, I get the climate that today's modern law enforcement officer has to operate in. That being said, is that a reason to forego proper tactics? Because is it fair to say that if you're chasing this person, and I'm going to start from here, if you're chasing this person,
in an unmarked
and then you pull up, person's backing out,
car,
is this not a felony stop? What should be done as this officer, who is Officer Moreno, what should be done here? Okay, and especially this car, it's an unmarked vehicle where you do have lights displayed, right? Where you have other officers in the passenger and in the rear. And then as soon as you open the door,
over a silver
you
car
immediately begin to rush
at 69th and
towards that car.
Sagwan.
Bam, right there is where he got shot. This is where he got shot. And so the question that I have is, that was supposed to be the thing, Mike. Chicago police can't chase suspects. Although he has some brass balls, rushing a suspect is more likely than armed is a little reckless. And so what's with this tombstone courage? Tombstone courage. Why rush in? Thank you. Tombstone courage. And you hear it from Superintendent Brown every time you hear a news conference. You hear it. Him talking about the guns that he's taken off the street. They talk about the arrests that have been made. And they definitely talk about the number of officers who have been shot and killed and even shot at in the line of duty in Chicago. And that Chicago police is rushing towards the gunfire while others are running away. You constantly hear that tagline over and over again. But I'm just asking the question as a trained law enforcement officer. What are they teaching at 1300 West Jackson? What are they teaching in roll calls? What are they teaching? I understand the exigency, the desire, that Belgian Malinois-ish prey drive to want to catch the person and take them into custody. But what's the rush? So what, if anything, should be done? I went on ahead and saw another video and it's a felony stop procedural video. So let's watch and let's see if any of this stuff was done in this situation, because don't tell us about the officers being shot if you're unnecessarily running towards the danger in a situation where you put yourself in that exigent circumstance.
Everyone in the vehicle, raise your hands up slowly and stick them out the window. Driver, turn off the vehicle with your left hand. Get the keys out and stick them out the window. Driver, with your left hand, take off the seatbelt. With any hand, open the vehicle from the outside. Keep your hands up and step out of the vehicle slowly. Face away from me. Step back towards the sound of my voice. Stop. Raise the back of your shirt. Turn around slowly until I tell you stop. I see that gun. Do not reach for it or you'll be shot. Step back. Stop. Take a few steps to your right till I tell you stop. Stop. Walk straight back. Stop.
Lay flat on your stomach. Cross your ankles. Lift them up to your butt. Lift your right hand. Give me your left hand. Roll over to your side. The drink.
Cuff first, then search.
Passenger, with your left hand, take off your seatbelt. Open the door from the outside.
We know compliant suspects are a little easier.
Step out of the vehicle and face away from me.
I know that.
Walk backwards to the sound of my voice. Stop. Lift the back of your shirt and spin slowly for me. Stop. Walk backwards to the sound of my voice. Stop. Take one small step to the left. Walk backwards to the sound of my voice. Stop.
Get on your knees. Lay flat on your stomach. Spread your arms out. Cross your feet. Push your feet up to your bottom. Give me your other arm. Go on your side. Tuck your knees.
You can tell there was a difference between the first person who did that, who was a little bit student-ish, and the second person who did that, who was a little bit more confident in their custodial actions.
Passenger, I see you. Get your hands up and step out of the vehicle. Passenger, I see you. Raise your hands up.
For now, though, developing tonight, the state of California.
All right. Granted, that's a training video. That's a training video, right? But I got a problem with this stop from Chicago. I do. I got to go back to that. Hey, Mark Quinn, if you don't, I think I sent you the link if you want to come on. You said, is that a universal training model for all law enforcement in the country? It varies depending upon which academy you go to That's about around the general idea of what a felony stop looks like, except there's a little bit more aggression in certain cases.
Now, though, developing.
Definitely a lot more adrenaline. Yeah, so it just depends, but that's the general idea. But for those of you all just coming in, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, get the likes up, or somebody put somebody put a mad emoji there too. You can do that too if you want. Just do something. Let's go on ahead and watch this video from Chicago again. For those of y'all who just watched it before or didn't see it before, let's go on ahead and talk about it because you saw the video. Let's look at what's here now, and let's go there. Here we go.
Breaking news. New video shows the moment a Chicago police officer was shot in Inglewood in the middle of the day. The Civilian Office of Police Accountability, or COPA, released new body camera and surveillance videos from June 5th. Police officers in an unmarked car.
Now you see that. This is the reason why you don't rush up. You don't need the door all the way opened. You see that? You don't need the door all the way opened to shoot at an approaching officer. What's the purpose of learning about the felony stop in the academy if you're just going to say, oh, we're not in the academy, we're not going to use that shit anymore? And don't get me wrong, there is a difference between academy training and the streets. I know it. I understand it. I get it. I've lived it. But some of that shit does work. And there's a reason why there's a felony stop procedure. I mean, for crying out loud, you just got through chasing this guy. You just got through. Those of y'all watching on YouTube, can you do me a favor and get the likes up, please? I got 43 people watching and only 12 likes. 43 people watching and only 12 likes. I appreciate it if you would go ahead, smash that like button. It helps the algorithm, right? Or even smash the dislike button. Either way, just something, right? But it seems like it's tombstone courage. Tombstone courage. What is tombstone courage? Getting into a situation unnecessarily that puts yourself in the exigency to cause yourself to have to use force. Not saying that there is no reason to use deadly force here. Clearly, there is a reason to use that. You see a gun, that's it. But here you are exposed. You have absolutely no cover. And the question that I have is this: what would you do if you had no gun to use? Would you stick out your vest if you weren't, strike that, would you stick out your chest if you weren't wearing that vest? What would you do? What would you do? No cover. Practical Ken said it best, right? Here we go. No cover and moving straight in line with the subject or suspect, you're right in the line of fire. 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 I don't know if John was coming on tonight, but John just sent the message. All right, so I'm going to put this out there. John just sent the message that, no practice, no aiming really needed. Absolutely, just point and shoot. On August 13th, they're going to be doing a Jeep and bike rally to the Manteno Veterans Home. And this is a list of stuff, Manteno, Illinois. And this is a list of stuff that they need. If anyone would like to donate anything, please get a hold of John. Let me put my ticker across the bottom so that way you'll see his number come across. Please get a hold of John and they will meet at the office to drop stuff off. Every little thing matters. So here's the things that they need. All right. And if you want this, I will post it on the YouTube page, as well as my Facebook page. Okay. Mantino Veterans Home, the members' personal needs list. For personal care, they need hair cream for men. That's weird. I don't know what that is. I don't use hair cream, but you get it. I guess you guys do. Hair cream, pre-electric lotion, electric razors, Philips Norco, body wash, Polydent denture cream, Efferdent tablets for dentures, body spray, Kleenex. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I bet that's the case. Kleenex, cologne for men and women, body spray, aftershave, diabetic socks, only men's t-shirts, medium to 4X sweatpants. So I'll put the list out there. Snack foods and miscellaneous. So what I'll do is I'll put the list out there because it's stuff that can be gotten. Okay. And I think that we should, in certain cases, take care of the veterans who put it all on the line for us, right? So I'm gonna donate. I've got no problem with that. Okay, got no problem with that. So I'll put that out there for you guys. And if you guys are interested in that, and that's a wonderful thing that John from Guardian Concepts is doing. So I'm definitely gonna put that out there. Yeah, you said 45 watching on 34 likes. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you very much, Practical Ken. Thank you very much for that. What did you say? You said cop got lucky. That was like 4 feet and no catch, one to the head. But you know what? He did get shot, though. He did get shot. He got released from the hospital and lucky to be alive. Lucky to be alive. You literally put yourself, let's watch the rest of that, because he literally turned his back to the guy as he was getting shot. And the other officers, it was almost a crossfire situation. Here we go.
Police officers in an unmarked car tried to pull over a silver car at 69th and Sagron.
Pop.
Police
Pop,
say
pop,
the
pop.
driver Jerome.
You see how close that crossfire was? You see how close that crossfire was?
Police say the driver Jerome Halsey stopped at a dead end, got out of the car, and started shooting, hitting Officer Eric Moreno in his arm and on his side. Officer shot back, hitting Halsey several times. Officer Moreno crouched on the ground, asking for help.
Hey, take me to University of Chicago. I'm shot.
Officer Moreno there was released from a hospital 1 week later. Halsey was charged with attempted first-degree murder and other charges. COPA is still investigating.
I'm just saying, why rush in? That's all I'm saying. Oh, got him. Okay. Yeah, I got him. Marquise.
What does it do?
Did you see the video?
Bruh. That's the body cam, right?
Yeah. Not it's I'll play it again for you. Oh, apparently Naked HD. I don't know. Apparently Naked HD tendered overpriced. Try us 18. Apparently he's a persistent little bot. He is. Wants to make sure you get that Erky jerk. All right. Can't believe I said that shit.
Out loud.
Out loud, right. Here we go.
This new video shows the moments a Chicago police officer was shot in Englewood in the middle of the day. The Civilian Office of Police Accountability, or COPA, released new body camera and surveillance videos from June 5th.
Right here.
Police officers in an unmarked car tried to pull over a silver car at 69th and Sagron. Police say the driver, Jerome Halsey, stopped at a dead end, got out of the car, and started shooting, hitting Officer Eric Moreno in his arm and on his side. Officer shot back, hitting Halsey several times. Officer Moreno crouched on the ground, asking for help.
Hey, take me to University of Chicago. I'm shot.
Officer Moreno there was released from a hospital 1 week later. Halsey was charged with attempted first-degree murder and other charges. COPA is still investigating.
I'm just saying, stop putting yourself in fatal funnels and shit.
Why? You know what? Someone, Mark Quinn sent me the video, and I was watching it on Newsbreak, and I was sitting there like, why are you playing Call of Duty?
Yeah.
why would you run towards that door unless your intent was to run towards that door faster than he can open it and to slam his body into it? Maybe. But even then, there's his whole back of his car, and you got your other buddies coming on the right side. You know,
Ken, you're good, Ken. Go ahead.
Or even the fact of why not just stay behind your door and let him come out? I mean, there's a lot of ways we could look at that, but you know, we quarterbacking right now. You know, we couch quarterbacking.
Yeah. I'm still not running up to no car like that, not without doing a felony stop. My thing is, especially now in today's, I remember a time where you could actually take that risk.
You know what? Because you didn't have to, we had a different type of criminal back in the day. Everybody got a gun that's a criminal now.
Nah, as I said, now this isn't the time to take those kind of unnecessary risks.
Right, especially when no one's being prosecuted either.
True.
So right now, you got a revolving door system. Bet money, dude already got multiple gun crimes before this.
Yeah.
But our system let him out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't understand why you would run towards a car directly. Not towards that door. I don't.
Yeah.
Did they know some details? I mean, I don't understand.
I mean, you can just tell by the way in which they were chasing him and him trying to back out that it looked to be like he wasn't stopping.
And he didn't want to go to jail.
And he didn't want to go to jail, yeah. And that's got to be the mindset, too, that we approach this with, that anybody that you attempt to stop, they don't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
They don't want to go to jail.
And that's the whole thing, is that if you got a person that, I hate this, and again, we quarterbacking from the couch, but I'm going to say this. If you know you got a person who don't want to stop, who is literally doing everything they can to get away from you,
yeah,
I'm gonna keep that distance.
Right.
And let whatever happens. Which we already know what's gonna happen, because either you're gonna get out that car or you're gonna just stop, put your hands out the window, open the door with your hands on the outside of the window, open the door slowly, keep your hands where I can see them, and come on out.
Right.
If that don't happen, try Jesus.
Don't try me. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right, here we go. We can go on ahead and push on. We can go ahead and push on to what California is going to be doing. Oh, yeah, I think this is a hot one. So in regard to the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin Supreme Court case that overturned New York handguns ban, it also affects other states, California being one of those states. Do you know they're under fire after releasing the concealed carry list? So every person that has a concealed carry license,
that is read the way it sounds.
Yes, it was released.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Who did they release it to?
The public. Let's watch it. They released it and then they took it down, but it was too late. Let's watch it. Here we go.
Now, though, developing tonight, the state of California under fire after posting a list of every person with a permit to carry a concealed gun, including their names, addresses, and phone numbers. The list included celebrities, judges, even victims of domestic violence.
CBS 13's Laura Hafley is live outside the Department of Justice with the concerns many gun owners are raising now. Laura.
Well, this goes way beyond a simple filing error. The AG's office releasing a list of names, birthdays, gender, race, and home addresses of every single person in the state of California with a concealed carry weapons permit. This all happened last night after the AG released a website in the effort to be more transparent when it comes to gun safety. The website had in it firearm safety information, record sales, and a link to a portal of concealed carry permit holders. Except when you clicked on that portal, thousands of columns came up with all of that personal information included that I just mentioned. Now, that website has since been taken down, but too late. Victims already saw it. One who spoke to us about the danger this has put his family in.
Even most of my family members do not know that I have a concealed weapons permit. I have a good reason to get it. I got it because my spouse was being stalked by a violent abuser, and we went through a lot of a process to get that many years ago to provide us some peace of mind. So what's happened here is just a terrible thing for the citizens, and it's really terrible that the Attorney General hasn't stood up and apologized to the victims of this release.
I want to read to you a part of what was said on that initial website release by the AG's office. It says the DOJ seeks to balance its duties to provide gun violence and firearms data to support research efforts while protecting the personal identifying information in the data they collect. We did reach out to the AG to ask what happened. Here's what the AG's response was. Any unauthorized release of personal information is unacceptable. We are working swiftly to address the situation and will provide additional information as soon as possible. Coming up tonight at 6, we spoke to a legal expert about what this means for victims and the difference between public record and the AG's office volunteering personal information.
Today is...
Yeah. And we're going to listen to this guy. Thoughts, guys.
That was an accident. And the thing is that, as they even said, there are people who are victims of domestic abuse that was on that list that exposed their names, identities, and their addresses, which we all know that technically your concealed carry has to match your address or where you stay.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say lawsuit. I want to say multi-million-dollar lawsuit.
Right.
And for mental and physical damages and in case relocation money.
Yeah, that's horrible. Mark Quinn, what's up, man?
What's up, man? Well, that just threw me. I was calling to talk about the dumb stuff that CPD doing, but but that right there just threw me for a loop. God. Everything Marquis said, I agree with. They might as well get ready for a big class action.
They're going low, man.
Like for real, a serious class action. So,
and the hell it takes to get a concealed carry? Oh my God, boy!
Yeah, California is going to be in for something when they try to do their concealed carry law. Let's listen to what Governor Gavin Newsom even said. Oh, it ain't long. It's only 3 minutes. 3 minutes of
that's
vomit.
3 minutes and 2 seconds too long to hear that man talk.
Here we go.
You no doubt have heard the Supreme Court raised a common sense gun safety law in New York State that has existed for decades. Not only in New York State, a law that is similar to those in 7 states, including California. This is exactly the kind of dangerous decision we've come to expect from this Supreme Court. But I want you to know, we have been anticipating this moment. We have not been sitting by passively. We've been working closely with our Attorney General, with legal staff, as well as legislative leadership to ready and craft legislation that will be heard next week to protect our public carry law and defend the rights of Californians. But make no mistake, this is a radical decision, one that adopts, in the court's own words, a rigid history approach. A rigid history-only approach that would require gun regulations to be frozen in time from the founding era, as if we should go back and stack our courts not with lawyers to understand the world and the way it was, but with historians. But even historians that do know a thing or two about our past know that the notion of bearing arms in the first place was an idiom. Republican-appointed Justice Stevens said himself, He pointed it out. It was a term used to protect the rights of those to use a gun in conjunction with a well-regulated militia. It was a term that was overwhelmingly used for war, a term that applied to a group like an army, not an individual. Of course, the Heller decision overturned that thinking. And of course, here we are again with another bad decision, recrafting our laws with the premise that we exist in the 1700s, a time, as Justice Breyer pointed out, when most Americans lived on farms or small towns. I think it was 1790 alone. New York City was the largest city in America, the size of about 30,000 people, a time when being armed meant muskets, crossbows, still ladders, Lansquets and Dirks. Look them up. A time before AR-15s and AK-47s, before ghost guns or even 3D printers. Completely ignoring the realities of the modern day horrors of gun violence we see play out each and every day across our country. The devastation that we've witnessed. I hate to even go through the list again. In Uvalde, and Buffalo, Vegas, and Sandy Hook, and Columbine, and so many other places. All this makes it nearly, not completely, nearly impossible to govern in a way that maintains
Okay, that's
safety and
enough.
security.
I'm
But
sorry.
we're not going to give up.
Yeah, okay.
We will not.
All
Stop
right.
this
got it.
motherfucker from talking, dude. There's no such thing. Okay, for those of you who don't know, what New York did.
Oh, sorry. Good.
What New York did was not based on removing a common sense gun law. It took away the ability of law enforcement to pick and choose who they can give a license to.
Yep.
All they were really trying to give license to were security guards, law enforcement, lawyers. It was like literally a not your common concealed carry that was going on in New York.
Yes.
It was not common. It was bull. It was not for the common citizen. It was for the people who literally would probably have private security and all the other good stuff. So all they did was say, hey, we want to go ahead and make sure law-abiding citizens can go ahead and carry firearms outside the way they're supposed to. How in the hell is that a removal of a common sense gun law? When literally,
Hey,
they suck at life.
Kitten cat's back. Yeah. Do you see this though? 42 incidents in California. California has the highest number of active shooting incidents. And he has the nerve to talk about people not being able to protect themselves.
Right. And your best example was Vegas, where people where you probably can't even carry at a concert venue anyway.
Well, they only had 10, along with Illinois, we had 11.
So your comparisons are just horrible.
Yeah. Nellie Mack says they were outright denying everyone with a permit that was an everyday regular citizen, American citizen.
And that's all it was. Like I said, they was passing it out. And that's the other thing too, with their concealed carry, you have to register the firearm you're going to be carrying.
Yeah.
So you just can't pick and choose on what day I'm gonna wear the P365, and on this day I'm wearing a 320, and then on this day I'm wearing a Glock 34. You can't do that. You have to only have the one and carry it at all times. So God forbid if they start making holsters for that gun, if that gun gets broken, if that gun needs to go in the shop for maintenance.
Yeah.
You stuck.
Like Chuck. You remember the pepper ball video I did, right?
Oh my God.
I saw this in Jules. I said, let me go get it. Put the stuff in there.
Is that a water gun?
It is. Look, and you could put it in the little bowl.
Right, and then it sucks it out.
Yeah, and then you could squirt. This is better. So that way you don't have to pre-soak any filter dips. I mean, I worked with what I had, but this is so much better. So teachers, while you're out for the summer, get you some of these. So that, trust me, the kids know how to use these. the kids know how to, and then get you a bucket, throw the whole thing in there, put some water, soak it up. Y'all don't laugh at my shit.
Too late.
Get the fucking squirting. Okay, could you imagine, sidebar, could you imagine getting a face full of pepper shit like this?
No, I couldn't. No, I couldn't, because I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Of course, right, of course. I'm just trying to give teachers something they can take into school and not get in trouble with. Why it sound like a slide whistle? I'm sorry, keep going, guys. I just heard this shit. Oh god.
Yeah, right. This is, like I said, it's becoming a joke. Yeah. We literally major in minors, because even the stuff that comes up that talks about what other countries and they did the gun bans and everything else, I'm like, yeah, you're talking about the fact that there was a reduction in active or mass shooters, but it went up in other violent crimes. So you stopped the minute stuff that was happening and increased the major stuff that was already still going on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. R. Kelly got convicted.
Yeah, he did. 30 years.
Got a dirty 30.
Mm-hmm. Dirty 30.
So you know he's gonna be braiding. Someone's gonna be braiding his hair. I'm just saying.
Hey, look, it's funny. I was looking at somebody posted the Aaliyah album cover of Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, and I don't know why. That came out years ago, but I don't know why. It was my first time noticing he's in the background looking like a complete predator. I was like, what? I did not really back then. Like, yeah, I was like, yo.
I don't know if it was that or if it was an endorsement, but
no damn endorsement.
And hey.
Age.
Hey. Look, I would say this: a super soaker with caps. Yes, absolutely. Here we go. I would say you this: the concert is gonna be lit.
Oh,
they're gonna be making money.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
WGCI's presents Big Jam, Slow Jam at the. I don't know shit.
Talk about some live. Wait a minute. Where's he gonna be doing this time?
Oh, it's federal, so he could be moved around anywhere.
Oh damn! I'm about to say live from 26 in Cali, but if it's federal, he's gonna be at
he's gonna be somewhere everywhere.
He'll be downtown.
Now, well, you know what? He still has to come back to Chicago to face charges here. And I don't know if they charged him in the Northern District of Illinois, but I know they charged him in Cook County at 26.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to
get face. He got several more charges. He's that dirty 30 is just the beginning.
Yeah. But my thing is this: I was having a live today, and I think it's important to talk about, since we talk about concealed carry and self-defense issues and a variety of different things. I don't care if they gave him 100 years. I don't care if they chemically castrated his male member, his Richard. You see what I'm saying? Is that really justice for the victims? Because wouldn't justice for the victims be one, holding the parents accountable for them delivering?
No. You just used the A word.
Oh, okay.
Really? If it was about accountability, you wouldn't have had what was that damn show on Netflix? Something R. Kelly?
Yeah, Surviving R. Kelly.
Surviving R. Kelly. Yeah, that show wouldn't have existed if it was about the parents and accountability. Because the people on there, and they can say whatever they want, you tossed up your child to R. Kelly.
To speak to that point, Keith, if it was about accountability, they wouldn't have tossed up their child. They would have thought twice about doing it. Like, man, matter of fact, they probably wouldn't have thought about it at all. Man. What they thought was they was gonna get a free ride. Hey, you know what? We're gonna go ahead. That's gonna be that's their currency. They paying the boatman or the Pied Piper, and that's exactly what it was. They used their daughters as currency.
Yeah. Or the fact that you're looking at the fact that he's finna sit on 30 years and Ghislaine Maxwell is only at 20.
That's not the first time I heard that.
But here's the funny thing, though. She mentioned that she was going to try to get less time by mentioning Bill Clinton's name.
I don't know.
She was supposed to got 30 to 50.
I don't know if that's going to work, though.
She was supposed to got 30 to 50 years, bro.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if that's going to work mentioning Bill Clinton's name because that family is pretty protected.
Which is why she got 20 instead of 30 to 50?
All right, fair enough.
And a black book that's still sealed for some reason because it has politicians who are sitting in office names.
In the arms of an angel. Yeah. You said that they teach that word in school, accountability. No practical kid.
No.
What is it?
Think about it this way. If there was such thing as accountability, you wouldn't still have warning labels on Tide Pods that says don't eat this.
Fair enough.
Because it'd be your parents' responsibility to make sure they kept all poisonous items from you. That's why I laugh when you look at the Tide Pod commercial, and for some reason, you're about to do laundry and you took the Tide Pod out and put it on your clothes.
Wow.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be the normal person who throws in a laundry and then throw the Tide Pod in with your laundry. Oh, no. You're going to put it on top of the clothes as you're getting the clothes ready for laundry. Yeah, we have literally become that damn stupid. That's why I hate to say it. If you remove warning labels, you're going to see a dramatic change in society. Just remove warning labels.
Sir, we've already removed Roe versus Wade. Okay, we don't want to remove.
Do we want? Are we doing this?
No, we're not doing.
Okay, because I'm about to say
technically we're not doing this.
I'm about to say because technically, men can have periods and men can get pregnant. So now we have an opinion.
Wait, hold on. So I was trying to be less controversial, and you content you can only get. Oh my god.
Am I lying?
No, you're not at all. Oh my
god. They can fact check that. That's some stuff that they putting out there right now. Men can have periods. Men can get pregnant.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
And it's no longer breastfeeding. It's chest feeding.
I knew Mark Quinn was trying to hide his shit. Mark Quinn is like. Oh my god.
Forgive me, y'all. I apologize, Mike and Keith. I keep doing the mute because my children are on Gangsta Bowl right now. So
no, it's all good. Hey,
that I apologize to the audience. I apologize. Hey, listen, that look real.
I'm surprised YouTube hasn't done its thing. They we know that's a squirt gun. We know that. All right. Let's see what I had on the thing.
Hell, we talk about accountability. Somebody would really tell us where all this inflation came from.
Oh,
or gas prices. Who are we supposed to teach? Who's supposed to teach us about accountability? Everybody a damn lie nowadays. Oh man, please.
I don't know.
Right, like the only way you can talk to somebody is with a polygraph. Hey, how you doing today? Polygraphing right now. I want to know exactly how they're feeling.
I know that Murphy in New York is calling for new gun restrictions. I kind of want to see what he's gonna say.
Dude, he's gonna make it really hard for places for anywhere to carry it.
And I'm
telling you, they gonna sit here. Illinois got 23. We got 23 in me. So New York's about to have 46, maybe 48.
Oh my God, that's gonna be horrible.
Question: in your car.
Are you going to Maryland, New York, or any of those places to teach? I thought about it.
No. Here's the thing.
Why not?
Here's the thing. Because technically, unless they provide the firearm, I wouldn't fly my stuff in there.
That's fair.
Yep. I wouldn't fly my stuff in there. And since I can't carry, I just have to get over it and pray to God that whoever's around me got the blood of Jesus and whoever else they decide to worship on them.
Nostradamus. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I don't know. That is true.
Like Rhode Island.
You're like what?
Like Rhode Island? Please.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, what did Rhode Island just do? Matter of fact, Rhode Island signed 3 gun laws that within 180 days, law-abiding citizens are about to be felons.
But the problem is this though. Nellie Mack says they're about to make everywhere a gun-free zone, but that was in the New York decision too. That you can't say the whole of New York is a sensitive place. So this is going to be interesting to watch.
It's scary. I'm not going to say interesting, man. This is some scary shit that we seeing happen right now. Literally, everything that's being done to combat crime has nothing to do with combating crime.
Yeah.
Like literally.
I really feel for the, and it's like, we think we had it tough, and in certain, it depends on who you're asking, because I'm almost willing to bet that in other parts of Illinois, if not in fact Cook County, there are people who carry in places where statutorily they're not supposed to carry, but the police are like, we're not going to enforce that. We don't care. You got to be able to protect yourself. We're going to be judicious in the execution of law and how we enforce it.
And that would just make sense, especially since you spent so much time defunding the police.
Right.
Just think about it this way. The only people who bitched about defunding the police was people who didn't have guns. Go ahead, defund them. But someone has to come up and clean up bodies. I'm just saying.
Right.
But you and I both know that ain't the case. Listen, I have, and Keith to tell you, Mike, I've been to virtually every type of meeting, whether regarding organizers and activism and so on and so forth. Even with the defund crowd, just so I can learn what's hear the conversations, be a part, talk about it, the whole deal. Even when I even expose myself, like, hey, I help train law enforcement, and just so because I want to know, I don't want to speak ignorantly of it, And so what I find to be the most fascinating thing is majority of the people that I come across. Not saying this is the totality of the crowd, but the majority of the people that I've come across, they don't even have a plan. You're just screaming defund without even having an actual solution. And not only that, when someone does come up with a solution, it says, all right, for example, you both know I have Watch Guard Chicago, shameless plug. We go out.
Plug it.
Chicago, we go out every night. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be jumping off here in a little while. We go out every night and we patrol between the hours of 8:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. And on the weekends, we stand at the gas stations from between the hours of 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. And the reason why we was doing it at those times is because those were the peak hours that a lot of activity was happening, especially with carjackings in South Chicago and Bronzeville, Kenwood, High Park, Woodlawn, and periodically South Shore. And within the last 2 months, we've been going out in the mornings between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. And so when you ask some of these same people, like, hey, listen, okay, I hear you. We got an organization. We're going to go out. We're going to patrol the streets. We're going to go and de-escalate, try to do our best to de-escalate fights, learn. It's a group called Medics that teaches us Stop the Bleed is a brand, but just for lack of better terms, how to stop the bleed, first aid. We got trainers in crisis intervention, and we also do verbal and physical de-escalation. And we're trained in this, and Keith to tell you, we was doing it every other month, and then we moved it to, hey, we need to train in this every single month. We're going to do it until we have our hands, until it's down pat. We're going on 3 years. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, we're going to give you this training. We're going to have a team. We're going to go out and we're going to address this stuff. Hey, guess what? You're going to have to throw in a bulletproof vest. You're going to have to invest in a vest. So we're going to hook you up with this level 3 or level 4. You're going to throw that bad boy on. We're clearly identifiable. The police have shown to have no issues with us, but we're going to go to these things and we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and we're going to do whatever. And damn near every single time, the answer has been no. Damn near every single time. So you have and then the reason why when we started Watch Guard, we were patrolling before then. It just wasn't consistent. I tell people what it has done for us. It has given us a unique perspective. For those of you that are screaming defund, or those of you that are screaming to abolish, okay, fine. That's your argument. Cool. You're making your points. Fine. However, you don't have any context or perspective. I can tell you now that I have a few years, and Keith can vouch for this, of perspective where I'm like, ooh, y'all have no idea the value of having a force that is going to go out here and face the demons that that majority of the people, that the majority of the population, that 99.9% of the population is not going to want to face. They're not going to want to deal with at all. And we have experienced it. I can write a thesis on, and I said this actually 2 nights ago, that I'm going to write a report on the 3 years that we've been out. I'm going to write a report on what we've seen, what we've experienced, what we've witnessed as far as police activity, what we've witnessed as far as community activity, the response that we receive from community on both ends, the positives and the negatives, the response we've received from police, both the positive and the negatives, and the whole nine. But I'm telling you, majority of people will not do it. And they don't have a strategic plan. Matter of fact, the majority of people that are talking, it's like the dudes that when I would go to a boxing match, when I go to these fight parties, and I'll use Floyd Mayweather, for example. A guy be like, man, he runs, he don't do this, he don't do that, he killed. I'm like, how many rounds have you had? Well, I ain't had none. Okay, how often have you sparred? I ain't never sparred. Okay, have you hit the heavy bag? Maybe twice in my life. Okay, you got a boxing coach? Not at all. How many street fights have you had? Maybe 2, and that was in elementary school. Then shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Be quiet. Shut up. You have no perspective. You can't give no real context. Nothing whatsoever. The only people that I can really talk to are those that are going to that can give me the context. I talk to my family of police officers. I talk to law enforcement that are out here, and just to go back, not to backtrack us, but to go back to the video that you showed earlier with the sergeant who got shot. Officers out there on mouths have said our training is lacking. We need X, Y, and Z. We need blah blah blah. I can talk to them. I have pressure. I was going to ask you. I was trying to get on sooner before you had went to the next subject. How often do they pressure test? Because when I talk to them, they're like, dude, we never pressure test. How many times have they run that scenario right there? You know, that of the training video that you show, Mike, they never do it. And as a matter of fact, for people that don't know, I just saw that there's a lawsuit that I think is taking place, I think in Chicago, where a cadet is suing her instructor because her instructor was too aggressive. And as a matter of fact, I've talked to academy instructors that are like, we are literally getting I can't think of the term when you file. I'll just say complaints. They're getting grievances filed. PRs are being filed because they're too hard or too aggressive.
Yeah,
they are ill prepared to handle what's going on out here. It is, and I can tell you that from what I have seen. True story. The Chicago Tribune wanted to do a ride along with us because everybody went to Venice. We've had everybody from Soledad O'Brien to Block Club Chicago to the Tribune. Hey, can we do a ride along? And I know what that is about. One, you're hearing that it's a group out here. They trying to see, are we vigilantes? Are we trying to what are these guys doing or whatever? And what they do is, so they did a ride along, and it was a sister from the Tribune, a wonderful lady. As soon as we pull off from Keith, you knew where we would meet up at. We don't no longer meet up there now, but you know where. We would meet up at our location. We would leave headquarters. We would go out. As soon as we pull it off, it gets a call of shots fired on the very next block. We bust a U-turn.
Yeah.
Go back. We pull up. Law enforcement welcomes us. They don't even, matter of fact, they don't even question us. They're like, hey, okay, they're there. And there's about 10 shell casings on the ground that they told us, sorry, we can't find these shell casings. They was just like, yo, they didn't even know how. It was like, whoa. And this is not for me to come after law enforcement, but I know the officers, the reason why they couldn't find them, the reason why they didn't see them, the reason why they didn't know, I even told them. I said, I'm willing to bet you he dumped the pistol inside the dumpster. And they got a call 5 seconds later on the radio that says a witness saw the gentleman who threw, the guy that did that fired the shots. He dumped it in the gun. Yeah. Whatever. These dudes at that time they've been working 12-hour shifts, back to back. So not only are they not being trained properly, they're being hella overworked, but they're being hella overworked because nobody wants to step up and do the job.
Right.
Most motherfuckers want to complain. I got a whole new respect for them by doing this work. A whole new respect. Also, some concerns why people like you and Marquise need to be paying you guys and bringing you guys on to get these guys on point. But I know Keith, but that's just me. That's just me. No. I know how y'all feel.
Because realistically speaking, to put people to the standard that I feel, oh, bro, they would have to sign all waivers and remove me from any liability or lawsuit.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need that, but that's what's needed. And what's the sad part about it is
he's back.
We're too busy listening to the inexperienced tell the experienced what to do.
But you know what? You also are listening to the people who have been doing this for years, but don't realize times have changed. You can't keep doing the same rhetoric. You can't keep saying the same stuff. It's literally changed. Just like that dumbass who was just on Newsom. Well, back in the day, people had farms and they had this. Back in the day, people didn't have to lock doors. Back in the day, people didn't need car alarms. Back in the day, people had neighbors who literally could watch their house for them.
Yeah.
Back in the day, ain't no more. And that's the thing that pisses me off is that people forget times change. We always got the stupidest sayings. Those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. No shit. This is why people learned. Well, back in the day, our doors was unlocked. And when criminals came around, we were more susceptible to being robbed. Lesson learned. Let's put locks on doors. Right. There's literally a term that talks about learning from the past. You know what it's called? Precedent. That is literally what all laws come from. A precedent.
If you're running for president, hey, I got your vote.
And that's all it is. Literally, it's a precedent. Someone, like, think about it. Before there was a law, people used to drink and drive all the time. Why do you think someone had to make a law? Because someone else couldn't handle their liquor as well as everyone else who was on the road. Well, we need speed limits. Well, I ain't gonna go there because technically we supposed to hit 70 miles an hour in Illinois, and none of those signs have been updated yet.
Nope.
I would love to know where that money is going because it ain't going towards construction. But that's about, how we do things. But guess what? It doesn't make any sense on how stupid people are. And for him to make that comment about how it was about the 1790s and stuff like that, do you think they made the First Amendment knowing we was going to have Facebook, Twitter, Instagrams?
Hell no.
Snapchatties? I love that argument. It's always about, well, they didn't make that knowing that we was going to have these type of guns. Just like the First Amendment didn't know people can go in and fact checked opinions.
That's the main problem with people, Keith. And I'm not going to exclude myself from it, but that is the main problem with people. What most people do anyway is they argue fragments. That's what they do. They argue fragments. That's why I started asking people, what level of information are you debating from? Are you arguing from? I just need to know, like what fragment? Because if you because then they'll find out like, oh, I don't have it all. Like, yeah, because you don't research anything. You don't research, you don't look it up, you don't do anything. You don't want to do due diligence. You don't got the discipline. None of that. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, and like I said, and this is what pisses me off. I think most. We literally have information at our fingertips, and you still choose to be blind and dumb. That's the shit that kills me.
Yeah.
You choose to be a dumbass. Who remember when you had to do a report and you had to go down to Harold Washington Library?
Yeah.
Who remember having to get on a blue line to go get a book that you had to check out for 2 weeks, do your due diligence, do your work, get back on that train one day and go take that book back?
Bro, I remember not only that, I remember my grandmother having the Britannica?
Oh, we had those too. Yeah.
Like you see, I can hardly say encyclopedia anymore.
Remember the world books?
Yeah, world books, encyclopedia.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can hardly say encyclopedia now. Because we ain't using it so long. Like, but nobody right in our palm of our hands.
And
you can Google and look up anything. And people still choose
to be dumb.
Still choose.
Like what was something that came up? Because I love watching Dan Bongino. That dude be killing me. But it be some stuff that he be talking to people and they like, oh, well, you got to do this, you got to do that. And this is the way the system is. What are you talking about? Oh, well, and again, I'm not going to go ahead too deep. Well, the rich don't pay their fair share. According to who? Well,
Who Christie got some 1979 Encyclopedia Britannicas.
Wow. Girl, you better put those in plastic. They're going to be worth something in the future.
I was -2. Lord.
Yeah, I'm like, or the fact that you can still say to this day, well, the gas prices are up due to the war in Ukraine. You can literally Google this shit.
Right. You can Google, is that the case? You can Google the whole
and it's just a choice to be ignorant. And it's like, dude, just remove the warning labels. Please remove the warning labels.
Yep.
First off, it's funny. I was with a gentleman recently, man. A good friend of mine.
JFB, yes.
My man said this recently, and I was like, wow. And I respect it completely. And I was like, you know what? I rock with that. He says the two things that he rocks with the law of nature and the law of love. That's it. I'm not a moralist. I'm not a religionist. I'm none of that stuff. It's the law of nature. And if you put the law of nature,
he's back
into the piece. If you put the law of nature into effect, you're gonna really see where people are at.
Oh yeah,
we doing away with it all, but we gonna let the law of nature run with it. You gonna really see humans as intelligent as we say we are, as high and mighty as we think we are. You gonna really see.
You're about to see it soon. If you think about it, if there is a form of recession coming, if there's food shortages coming, and gas prices keep getting high,
Keith, you already saw it. You saw it with in 2020 when COVID hit, March of 2020, when they was like, we're doing a lockdown. As a matter of fact, when it was countrywide, the shelves were empty. People were going nuts. They was just you already got a small taste of it. So just imagine what's happening. This is going to happen in the soon future. We're gonna see. We gonna see. Okay, we gonna see where we at. We'll see. Because that's when all that other shit finna fall out the window. We gonna see who's begging for. Can we please change the gun laws here? because the dudes was robbing me like crazy. I just bought a whole slew of groceries. Not only did they take my groceries, they took my car and I put the groceries in, took everything from me. Like, you know, like, you can see it.
Look at look at some of the grocery stores that's closing down.
Chrissy,
they're saying literally the crime is too high in that area, and they're tired of and there's nobody coming out to come shop at the place. So high crime, and you're not shopping there.
No. So being in Chicago, you know there was a Whole Foods on 63rd Street, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And the Whole Foods on 60. Mike, I know you definitely know this. The Whole Foods just left. So there's an elder that I had the privilege of meeting a while back, and I spent some time with this past weekend. Who was responsible? She was a part of the organization who was responsible for bringing that Whole Foods there, and she said explicitly to me that the community didn't value it, and she was like, it was nothing else but that. She's like, people can say what they want, but they felt like the conspiracy theorist was. The Whole Foods was there because white folks was coming in and gentrification and so on and so forth. Not knowing that black organizations actually worked out something with Whole Foods and put it in the neighborhood to, because they wanted better produce for the community. And especially since Jeff Bezos bought it, it lowered the cost of the food and the produce that was there. However, nevertheless, the people are talking about the quality and all that shit, whatever. But my point is that you had a quality store, or you had a good store there that if people would have just did their research, you would have found out it wasn't no conspiracy theory shit. You would have found out that it was brought to by the people for the people. It was advocated for and fought for by the people for the people. And now those people who fought for you are looking like, what the fuck?
Why did we do it? Yep. And that's the last look you want to have on your face is, why do I even bother?
When I asked her about it, she walked out. She explained it and then walked out the room like with the egg on the face piece. Like, it wasn't even the egg on the face. It was like, you stupid motherfuckers. That's how she felt. And so,
yeah.
All right. Final thoughts, y'all. You said, have y'all seen that huge greenhouse over in Pullman? Which one are you talking about? The green? I've seen it.
I don't think I have.
You said it was a greenhouse where?
A greenhouse in Pullman. It said by 63rd House at Whole Foods. Yeah, we knew about that one.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Final thoughts.
I'll give you mine. The police, that just because I wanted to speak on that police piece, the shit was stupid. He got himself shot. They need better training. They need, in my humble opinion, I know what y'all two gonna say, but I personally believe, in my humble opinion, there needs to be an ordinance passed where better instructors, more qualified instructors, a better training, a better curriculum, a change in all that shit needs to come from individuals like yourselves. I think and I'm not saying this because I know you two. I'm saying it because of what I've seen and what I personally believe and know. You two are two of the finest instructors that I've ever met. That's in this country, in my humble opinion. You give it to us real. You give it to us raw. You give it to us digestible. You give it to us fact checked. And yes, sir. There is. You can Google WatchGuard Chicago at gmail.com. Once again, that's WatchGuard Chicago at gmail.com. We got a lot of changes too. And Mike, if you don't mind me saying a couple things real quick. Things. I just want to shout out Chicago Beyond. We created a partnership with them. We're in talks with Northwestern Medicine, who has seen the work that we've been doing. And like, you know what? We need to find a way of partnering with them. There's something else I want to tap into, but I can't right now. But we are serving. Currently, we've been serving as a consultant for a corporation on what I've come up with a term. Y'all can tell me if it makes sense or not, but it's environmental security. It's just about helping them to understand the connections in regards, security is a systems-based solution or a systems-based issue, in my opinion. So you just can't come in and say, "Hey, we're going to do." Security isn't about having some guy in a bulletproof vest and a badge and has a sidearm and force multipliers around his waist and shit. That ain't with a flag with a good flashlight. That's not what security is, right? Security is a systems-based solution. It's a systems-based thing. So it's an environmental piece. So, but we've been doing that. You can shoot me the email. I'll send you the info and let you know when we're having an orientation. And don't be surprised if you see Marquise there or Mike. As a matter of fact, Mike, and I'm gonna just go ahead and put it out there. And Keith, all WatchGuard members, starting in July, are gonna have to go through their 40-hour, and this where these two gentlemen come in and conceal carry and so on and so forth. They have to go through it. And so, and I'm not going to put out the other piece, but when Keith gives me the clear, we'll put that out too. We got some good stuff cooking in the future. And my final thoughts, once again, the police situation, they need an environmental change completely, a complete overhaul. And I personally believe you two need to be a part of it. As far as the New York piece, I'm not going to speak on what I'm not necessarily versed in. That's something that you two are more versed in. So I'm going to pull back. We just talked about the ignorant trying to speak up and doing whatever. I want to contradict myself and look like a hypocrite. And what was the last piece we talked about, Keith and Mike? What was the very last?
The change that California is going to, California exposing that list.
Oh, that was some dumbass shit, and I hope they get sued the fuck out of them. I hope they sue the fuck out of them. Because that, when you talk about a lack in security, you just put so many people at risk. You put everybody on that list lives in danger.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as that. So, take Marquis and Kids be real good tonight.
And they said it. Judges, people of domestic violence. It's going to be.
They're back.
Oh, Lord, he's back.
Yeah.
Oh, but real quick, I love you guys. Mike, forgive, and my baby's in the background. Christy is like, yo.
Love the kids.
I'm sorry, guys. To the audience, I apologize. I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead, Keith.
Yeah. So, real quick, P6 firearms training. It's what I do. Yay. We got the concealed carry. We got other training as well. Again, July 16th. I repeat, July 16th. We are doing a covert carry course. That means everyday carry. That means concealed. You cannot come to that class with your fancy rigs or anything else. If it's not what you carry on a daily basis, don't bring it to the class. It is literally a concealed carry class.
Yesterday again.
Keep going.
Teaching you about drawing from concealment, movement while drawing from concealment, as well as other things as far as what you should and should not have on your waist, aka holster types, for concealed carry. I will do a little brief about off-body carry, but it's very brief. But yes, we're covering everything about handgun concealed carry until the next class, which is.
You mean you gonna teach me how to draw my weapon from my gym bag while it's underneath my sweaty shirt and my boxing gloves, and I can, you gonna teach me how to get to that quicker. You gonna teach me?
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! And actually, that's actually for the following month is the AR pistol class from concealment.
So there it is right there on the screen, y'all. Covert carry handgun course located at the Illinois State Rifle Association range. There is the information right there. Snapshot it. Look, Marquise has a lot. Matter of fact, to even say that he has a lot of value is an understatement. You all know how much value he had. Look, support the people that are educating you. Because these are the conversations that you won't get in. I don't care if it's me, Marquise, or anyone. 16 hours can only give you so much. and you don't get this extra stuff in a concealed carry class. And we've been going pretty consistent for the past year, I think, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And we've been having some great conversations. So support the people that are educating you. I know I've shared it on all my platforms, including my largest one, TikTok. You know, go on ahead and support it. He teaches an awesome class. He really does. You're gonna have fun, but don't fuck around. You got to be there, ready to train, ready to learn. Yeah.
And it's only 300 rounds. It's only 300 rounds. Trust me. 300 rounds.
Yeah.
We got some drills. You got to do. And it's all involving movement and making sure you understand what you're doing. Because, again, don't be that person that realizes that you have the ability to get the hell out the way, but because you sit in the booth all the time, you draw and shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be that person. Please don't.
Yeah. Yep. All right, y'all. That is gonna be it for tonight. Let's see what more will come. If you live in California, New Jersey, New York, I really am watching to see the Huckle. And see, here's this. I am watching to see the Hucklebuck of Puckery, and I'm only saying Puckery because Little Marquin is there. But the Hucklebuck of Puckery that these states are getting ready to come out with, because I wouldn't be surprised if Illinois tries to amend and match.
You know what? Did everyone go vote yesterday?
Oh, yeah, I saw those election results. Some people I was happy for that they got their positions. Other people I was happy that they did not get those positions.
Did so-and-so get replaced?
Huh?
Did so-and-so get replaced?
J as in John, B as in boy? No. In fact, well, you knew that. He won the primary, and quite frankly, he might win the election. Mile after magnificent mile. It's Illinois. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, you know what? But then you'd be mad trying to figure out why certain things don't work in your favor, and you be trying to blame everyone except for the people you keep putting in office.
Right.
But did you see the voter turnout?
Yeah, that was very.
It's super crazy. Like, I mean, forgive me, I might have the numbers wrong, Mike.
I give it to you. It's right here.
80%? Like, what was it?
I give it to you. I got to go all the way to the top. And they getting ready to. Word has it, I believe the voters have voted to recall the mayor of Dalton.
Yes. Yeah. So Dalton right now, it's funny. Dorothy Brown, she went ahead and stepped down.
Yeah.
The trustees of Dalton right now are having a serious problem with Tiffany. I can just tell you that they are trying to find ways of getting her up out of there. Big time.
They voted on the recall instrument and the vote for the recall. It is yeah, man.
Yeah. I got a call. This was night before last, and they was talking about that, and they are seriously trying to get her up out of there. They realize that might have been one of the worst. They feel like it's one of the worst mistakes that they made. What's happening in Dalton is
that's a whole other conversation too on this single mother energy. Hey, did you hear the city Okay, here we go. There are 1,630,741 registered voters, of which 311,752 ballots were cast, a 19.12% turnout.
19, that's what it was. I knew it was like 18 or 19. Yep.
19.
Yeah. That's because most people didn't even know there was an election yesterday.
So wait, Nicole and I, my wife and I just talked about that a little over an hour, maybe 2 hours ago. She was like, the election snuck up on her. She was like, what? You know, like I know a lot of people. Yeah, quite a few that was like, I didn't even know an election was happening.
Exactly.
But the thing is,
even still though, if you think about the last mayor's race. You think about the last mayor's race and the voter turnout.
Wait, Mayor of Chicago. Let's be specific now.
Now, Mayor of Chicago, yeah. And you think about the voter turnout on that. So
this was going to be interesting. And it goes to show you further. Hey, little Quinn, what's going on? It goes to show you that it does not matter to the politicians who doesn't vote. It matters who does, because even with this low turnout, there were still winners and losers.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like I'm saying they snuck in an election. Like, oh yeah, we got.
And you know what I wish they could do? I wish they could break it down. And I don't know if that's an illegal thing to do. I don't know, but it would be nice if they broke it down by gender so we could see who actually votes more. I think women vote more than men.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
They do, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because technically I would almost say we don't vote in these elections. We vote in the major elections, like the local stuff. I don't think a lot of people vote the local stuff.
Or even if you look at who's got more felonies between men and women, can we vote?
Well, technically no, because child support. I'm just kidding.
Hey, listen, we got do. You said did your boy Jamal Green do good?
No.
Jamal's not running for anything in this election. He's running for the Chicago mayoral race, and I believe that's down the road. There was some.
He is running for mayor.
Yeah, there were some upsets in this election, like Illinois Secretary of State David Moore, who I actually thought was going to win until I saw Alexi Janulius come on board, and I was like, Obama's boy.
I didn't think David was going to win at all.
He's in.
Yeah, I didn't think David was going to do it at all. I really didn't.
Yeah.
This next.
Hey!
Wow!
You might as well bring them all in.
The Tribe Called Queens.
Hey.
Like, wow.
Hey! I'm glad we censored our show now. Go ahead.
Right.
Oh, fellas. Oh, man. Thank y'all for
all the way PG-13. What?
Dad, what are you doing? Hi. How are
you? Exactly. They were like, okay, he took the little brother.
Right.
So we're about to go see what's up and why did you bring us?
They got quiet because they came over here with you. I love it. It's all good.
Technically, we're more PG than the new Buzz Lightyear movie.
Whoa!
And on
that note, don't know that you brought it up. Now they're gonna be begging me to go see this thing.
Yeah,
no, they won't. No, they won't. Want to know why? Because there's better movies to go see.
Yes, take them to see Top Gun.
Go see Bad Guys. Or no, Top Gun was incredible, and Bad Guys is. I don't know if you all have seen that. You got your nieces, nephews, children, whatever. Go check that out.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to check out Top Gun.
Christy having a fit. She see all the cuteness. She's like, oh man.
Yeah, I need to go see Top Gun and Jurassic Park.
I
forgot Jurassic.
I haven't seen Jurassic Park.
Oh, and if you go see Jurassic at Regal, what is it? It's the Regal Cinema on it's like on Webster. It's in 4DX. So if you haven't experienced 4DX, you might want to check that out.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think if I'm gonna go to Imagine Theaters for Jurassic. Jurassic, I gotta see in theaters. I can almost wait for Top Gun to come to cable, but I gotta see Jurassic in theaters.
Nah, you gotta see Top Gun in the movies. That was awesome.
I gotta sit on the big screen.
No, Keith, listen to me. If it was like the old Top Gun where they had the, it's like CGI type, whatever. Okay, fine.
This was so.
Keith,
is that beast?
Is that bruh?
I bet,
bruh. And here's the reason why. And I'm not giving anything away. I think the reason why is because of the method on how they film the scenes. That the actors are actually in the jets and they're literally flying, and you see them feeling the actual G-forces. Like, and you feel like you're in the plane with them. It's ridiculous.
I loved it. I love Top Gun.
They did some incredible stuff here.
Okay, so Jurassic Park is a priority. Then I'll go see Top Gun.
Yeah.
Go see it, and like Christy said, go see it at IMAX. I'm serious, bro. That you won't regret it. You will not regret it.
You made me go. You gonna make me want to go see Top Gun. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna look that up tomorrow.
Right,
I'm
I know, right?
Tonight for tomorrow.
He said I saw Jurassic World twice. Yeah. Yes, and I saw Obi-Wan on Disney Plus. I have to give them credit. They did a good job. I wasn't expecting it. I enjoyed the third sister. I think that's what I enjoyed the most. I enjoyed the third sister being a beast, but so that's the most I can say without giving everything away.
Mm-hmm.
But third sister was a beast.
Outstanding. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful night. Again, we will see you next Wednesday on another episode of Trigger with Instructor Mike and Friends. Let's see what this week brings. We are out. Going on there, this is Chicago Precision Service Survival. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Friends here. Y'all, this is Trigger with Instructor
Because
Mike.
you have to understand that self-defense is a serious business. We do military forces, defense forces. Make a difference.
One of the tactics that would increase or decrease
In the two-way community.
All right, y'all introduce this Johnny
You already know what it is. I saw that, and I've done my share. I'm about to put yours up here too. Look at this. My comment is,
I want